just filmed a complete session here, yeah? We had literally stopped the camera rolling and then Dan came in with this.
Right. Well, just looking at my phone, and it's regarding the Anthony Joshua, Dillian Whyte. So basically, a statement's been put out. Today, the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association, VADA, informed Matchroom, the Association of Boxing Commissions and the British Boxing Board of Control that Dillian Whyte had returned adverse analytical findings as part of a random anti-doping protocol. In light of this news, the fight will be cancelled and a full investigation will be conducted. Shit. Further info will be to follow.
How many eggs has he been eating? What the
In it, mate. If he's been hanging out with Conor Ben, man, them eggs are tainted.
That's the third time Dillian Whyte has failed a drugs test.
He's done.
He failed one early on in his career, which, to be fair, Jack 3D, it was a drink that everyone knew about. People that I used to train with, I don't think I ever drank it myself, but it was like a pre-workout, everyone used to get. You could get it in Holland and Barrett, to be fair. So that was a bit of a shady one, where maybe he was a little bit hard done by. Obviously, after the Oscar Rivas fight, he failed again. Adverse findings again, I think. And now ahead of this
never
fight,
materialised either. I don't think. I think it was.
Oh my god! It didn't material. I can't believe this.
That's mad. Literally. So that fight's not happening.
Nah,
this throws everything.
15 minutes ago that come out.
August the 12th. That was like my plans for my birthday. Was I was going to watch that fight.
I had tickets for that fight. I couldn't wait for this. I was like,
you were going?
I was going. I was like, I can't wait to finally see Joshua fight. After a while, last time I saw him fight was Povetkin, AJ. I was like, I can't wait. I like Joshua, but I can't believe that.
That's mad.
The undercard was good as well. Yeah, like Chisora, Washington, Hergovich was fighting as well. The whole thing's been shot.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon they'll do? Do you reckon they get someone in for Anthony Joshua?
Well, I think they have to, just based on what Sani just said there, with the names that are going on that undercard. I think isn't like even Dave Allen and Fraser Clark, aren't they on that?
No, that's a different
that's
card.
That's another card. That's a boxer.
Okay, cool. But anyway, like all the other fights on there, I think the amount of interest that would gain. I mean, you can surely get an opponent for AJ that's of decent standard. Do you know what I mean? Something's got to be done. I mean, you're a week out.
That's the thing, it's a week out.
That's crazy. You can't cancel the whole event.
You can't. And there's so much things riding on this now, because if this fight doesn't happen, what happens to AJ Wilder? That might happen in January, for example. What happens to the potential, let's say Usyk wins his fight against Lerma. Let's say Usyk wins his fight against Dubois, then you've got Usyk Fury potentially happening, another fight in South. So much is riding on this now that if this fight doesn't happen, then wow. But the one thing that is funny that what Joey said is, last time there was a pull-out for AJ, do you know who actually came in?
Andy Ruiz.
And we all know what happened in that fight.
He's looking good at the moment as well, training for Wilder, I believe.
Who, Andy Ruiz? Yeah. Imagine he stepped in again.
Oh my God.
I think it'd be hard to get that done, wouldn't it?
Is it Zhang?
He's got Joyce.
He's got
Joyce.
Ironically, I'm going to that fight as well.
I didn't think he had an opponent.
He got Joyce in the rematch. Manuel Char, maybe?
Realistically, you've got to look at someone under the Matchroom banner. You know what the no-brainer is? The no-brainer, but it's not going to happen because they're such close friends, is Derek Chisora. No. I'm talking about as in easy to make, both under the same banner.
Yeah, but no one would then watch.
But he's got that fight already, Chisora. He's got Washington on the undercard.
Oh, yeah, you said that. Yeah.
I'd just go Jermaine Franklin rematch. It was fireworks last time.
You know what? Here's a red herring.
Fireworks.
What about the guy he was meant to fight back in New York, Jarrell Miller?
Yeah, but they just wouldn't bring it in on a week's notice. No. I tell you what, does more pay-per-view buys than Dillian Whyte. I'm telling you now.
You reckon?
Anthony Joshua against Jarrell Miller does more pay-per-view buys than Dillian Whyte.
You know what? I say get Dave Allen in there. I like Dave Allen.
Well, do you know what? I was actually thinking that. I don't think that's a realistic option. No, I do think that, look, like, Dillian Whyte is a higher level, right, than AJ would take at a week's notice. And the reason I say that is because you put Dillian Whyte in maybe at least, I think, the third, if not the second tier of heavyweights, yeah, when you're rating them off against who maybe AJ could fight. But the problem is, AJ knows that he can beat Dillian Whyte. He's knocked him spark out before. Dillian Whyte is very susceptible to the uppercut. AJ throws a good uppercut, albeit looks for it a bit too often. But I do think that because of that, there's a little bit of a safety blanket around the Dillian Whyte fight in terms of big name, does good pay-per-view numbers, good level of opposition, but also someone that, look, from someone that's boxed myself, when you beat someone, you know you can always beat them. Doesn't matter. You just know you can always beat them, sort of thing. And I think that AJ would have had that feeling around this Dillian Whyte fight. So it's very, very hard to then go and get an opponent for AJ that you could look at and go, oh yeah, that's a good fight on X amount of notice. It's a hard one. I don't know what he does now. My gut instinct would be that AJ doesn't fight next weekend.
That's mad.
And they don't get a replacement opponent. And maybe they push it back to, you know, an August, I don't know, late weekend of August. What you got to remember as well is they didn't have Wembley Stadium booked. They didn't have the Millennium booked. It was O2. They can push that back. They can do something there.
Then the football season starts. So, I mean, I'm just trying to think. England play around September time. Australia, I think, in a friendly. So that might be an issue going forward. They've got a wrestling event going on there, bank holiday weekend as well. So
let's finish off with this, right? In a hypothetical world where we have to have someone that, is realistic. We can't say, oh, Fury or Wilder or whatever. Someone realistic that Eddie could get over maybe towards the end of August. Who would be our dream pick? So I'm going to go someone I think's realistic, but at the same time, it's not like, oh, just get a journeyman in. Or anyway, my pick would be go and get Jarrell Miller. Get Jarrell Miller in, set it up for the end of August. It's pay-per-view. It's a pay-per-view fight. I think AJ would be a fairly heavy favourite in, maybe. Who'd you say, Sonny?
I'd love Jarrell Miller, but I'm just going to go with Hellenius. He fought Wilder recently as well.
I think the fact he got iced in a round, though, that surely would.
True, but I'm just trying to think top 10. Who's realistically going to be able to fight him?
I mean, I'm clutching at straws. I mean, I can't really think. I would say that seeing as nothing has been signed for what I said was Wilder and Ruiz. I'd say Ruiz. I'd like to see him. He looks slimmer now, like more like a proper boxer.
AJ does owe him the trilogy as well.
100%.
Like, you know what I mean? You do. He beat you. You beat him. You got to do the trilogy, really.
It's a risky fight, though.
It's a risky fight, but I think, AJ's got to put himself in danger. He's got to do it because otherwise you can't be calling for the Fury fight or Wilder or Usyk because you're just going to get smashed in any single one of them.
I'll tell you, there's no way he fights Ruiz because Ruiz.
Oh, no, of course there's not. But you're asking.
I'd like to see it, of course. I'm just saying there's no way he fights him.
That's the only name I can pluck out that would put bums on seats, would still get the event off the ground, and you would still watch it. But anybody else, you are kind of just like
Joseph Parker. No.
Again,
I'm just trying to think top 10. It's
got to be, mate. I'm telling you now. I'm not just saying it because it's my suggestion. It's got to be Jarrell Miller. Because I'm looking at it and I'm going, do you want a pay-per-view fight before you go into the matchup that we're told has already been agreed by Eddie Hearn with Deontay Wilder for Saudi at the end of the year, If you want a pay-per-view fight and you don't just want to fight a journeyman or an easy knockover job like maybe a Jarrell Washington or someone like that, if you want to fight someone decent, I think that the likes of Ruiz, too risky. A lot of the fighters we've named, too risky. I just think Jarrell Miller is the one that is a sellable fight, is a good fight, pretty well matched, but is a fight you would be a heavy favourite in. So I think the Jarrell Miller one.
Frank Sanchez. I'm just thinking of names here, Joe.
No way.
What about
too risky.
Hrgovic is fighting on the undercard.
Too risky. You got to remember, the Wilder payday is a pot of gold. So you need a very niche fight here, which is a fighter that you make yourself a heavy favourite against, i.e. a Dillian Whyte, good level fighter, but someone you've knocked out before, And you also need a fight that can sell pay-per-view tickets like this one did. So I'm saying it's got to be Jarrell Miller. I'd love to know what you lot think. Let me know in the comments. We want to know your reaction to this fight being cancelled. I don't know.
I can't believe that.
I can't tell you for certain what's going to happen.